Hey man, say man, it's your boy DAA man, Daylight TV. Back at y'all with another Mafia material mobcast, episode number 78. Got my bro host World Pest in here. Well, what's the word, nigga?
Ain't shit. Ain't living like Ray J. I know that.
Yeah, we going Yeah, we definitely gonna get into we're gonna definitely get into Damon.
Mm.
Damn man, I got all kind of shit going on right now. I can't find my fucking block. Here it is. Yeah. Hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content. Um, yeah, we definitely gonna get into baby Damon, you know what I'm saying, like in a minute. But we gotta talk about some real shit I wanna address. Niggas been going crazy in the comments lately, about these mafia material joints. And I just wanna be clear, So first off, man, I want to thank everybody, for the love and the comments on IG. You know what I mean? Particularly with the E Money Bags clip. It really kicked off with the Ali Zoe shit. And that nigga went quiet after I came with them receipts. But we'll get into that another time too. Um, the clip that I posted about the Godfather 3 shooting at the Sunrise Cinema had been, moving crazy on the reels and all that. You know what I mean? I think we're on like 30,000, like or close to 40,000 or some shit like that. And they sparked the debate in the comments and shit. And today I want to pull the curtains back and address some of the theories and the corrections and how I actually put these profiles together. And I think y'all be under the impression that I just be coming up with these theories in my own head and make them happen for y'all. I'd rather just write a record if I was gonna make something up that expensive. I could have wrote a fucking movie, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, a lot of people are in the comments acting like, I'm some nigga in the basement just spinning theories out of thin air. But let's get one thing clear, man. Like, whether y'all want to embrace it or not, I'm a journalist, nigga. Yeah, I'm street journalist. Nigga. I'm the Peter Jennings of this shit.
Mm. Like Jennings.
So, you know, uh, when I put a profile together, I'm looking at news archives, court documents, and first-hand accounts by people who were either involved, close to the people involved, that around the shit, right? In the case of E Money Bags, I with the Supreme shit, like because the documentary mainly focuses on like the beef with Preem. You know what I mean? So I was able to lean heavily on the court documents because the actual shooters on that case, at least some of them, told. So I mean, if the nigga that actually did the shit, planned the shit, and did the whole thing or whatever, I mean, you don't get no more first hand than that. If y'all want to argue about the truth or whatever and shit, well, the truth was enough to get them niggas 20 something to life. So, whatever. Now, I also, as far as first hand accounts, like I also lean heavily on when it came down to this incident about the movie theater shooting. I took a count from Prodigy of Mob Deep, rest in peace to P. P wasn't just, no like stand around and shit like that. Like Him and E Moneybag was super close. You know, he's in the studio, rolled around with him sometimes, you know what I'm saying, in the streets and all that. Now, in his memoir, my uh my infamous life, he explicitly named the parties involved. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and he said that E told him that he was one of the shooters. So that's where that comes from. So like, it be killing me when y'all act like I'm the one thing, because it's like, damn. So y'all just be on YouTube. So y'all wasn't listening to the shit when it was actually dropping. Y'all wasn't reading the books when it was actually dropping, hearing the music. Y'all just YouTube niggas. That's cool. You know what I mean? Y'all just got to make sure y'all watching the right shit. You know what I mean? And you got to understand that just because I report a narrative from a primary source doesn't mean that I'm choosing a side or that like I 100% agree with it. It just means that I'm giving you the history as it was told by the people who lived it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the correction. Uh let's talk about the stash house robbery. In the original profile, I had mentioned that a robbery was the catalyst for the 1990 shooting and shit. And after further digging, and because of all the feedback I was seeing, I found some shit and I want to set the record straight. I got the timeline wrong on the specific detail and shit. That infamous robbery, the one that sparked the war, didn't spark the shooting and shit. It actually sparked the war between the Lost Boys and the Hellraisers. You know what I'm saying? That shit actually took place in the late 90s. And it's directly tied to the tragic death of Freaky Ty in 1999. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of, it was a cycle of retaliation, mistaken identity, that cost Ty's life. And it's important to separate, the 1990 Sunrise Cinema shooting from the 1999 Hellraiser beef. And, I appreciate the real ones in the comments who, pointed that out, because accuracy is everything to me, nigga. It's the bozo shit, really, that be, like, tripping me out. Like, you niggas be getting in there and start talking all this crazy shit, you know what I mean? But I don't got no problem with a nigga who got some real information or some real source of information coming in and sharing their thought. That's why at the end of every video I do, I tell you niggas, let me know your thoughts in the comments. You feel me? Shit. Hold on a second. Man. What you call it? So, yeah, like that's why I be trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Like just just tap in with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not against shit. I ain't too good to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing, some people are saying that the Young Guns and the Lost Boys were cool. And that kind of threw me through a loop because like in the late 80s and 90s, I know for a fact that, Jamaica Queens had been described as a war zone. Even this nigga Tony Yago don't sat up in here and shit, and said this shit, right? There was definitely a massive geographical and economic rivalry between the North and the South that has been documented. You know what I'm saying? Niggas always talked about. I mean, shit, even within the South Side, I mean, like, the Southeast, shit, there was friction between, like, niggas from South Side didn't like niggas from Hollis, niggas from Hollis didn't like, niggas from South Side. Like, it was like little rivalries, little crews and shit. It was probably niggas who was cool, but, you had a clear divide at Jamaica Avenue. You know what I'm saying? The affiliations, like the Lost Boys, were South Side to the core. Mr. Cheeks famously got his name from Black Just, rest in peace, a high-ranking member of the Supreme Team. He was around Rick Porter and all that, too, out in Harlem and shit. They say he brought Rich, Prince said he brought Rich up to Harlem when Darnell got snatched. Now, the conflict to me is, even if they might have been cool in the beginning, I don't know how the hell they stayed cool, because Moneybags and the Young Guns were famously at war with the Supreme Team. So in my mind, between Prodigy saying what he said in the book about E telling him that he was one of the shooters at the movie theater shit, and you got Crew A from the South Side, mentored by a member of the Supreme Team. You got Crew B from the North Side actively shooting at or getting at niggas on the Supreme Team. So the idea that they were just hanging out doesn't really fit the reality of what I know about the era and shit. And again, I could be wrong, but like in this case or whatever and shit, that 2 + 2 that y'all trying to put together don't make 4. Now they might have shared, respect in the rap game later on, you know what I'm saying? But the street politics of the 90s, that shit was built on territory and loyalty, nigga. So at the end of the day, Mafia material, shit, like I tell y'all, Mafia is not a thing, it's a process. Trust the process, man. History is messy. Narratives often conflict. And depending on who's telling the story, my job, or at least my mission and shit, is to bring all of these accounts to you. And if you have a different first-hand account, drop it in the comments. Let's build the archive together, nigga. Like, I ain't just, that's why I be saying we. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this shit don't work without the community and shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat on IG. We live on IG, YouTube, and Facebook right now. But yeah, like, don't confuse my reporting for rumors, man. I know it's a lot of niggas who just like feed off of giving y'all bullshit information and shit, but honestly, my productivity would be far more turned up if I was just out here to feed y'all bullshit. Wallahi, I ain't lying. So just know that, man. I had to talk to these niggas, man. These niggas think I'm lying to them for my health, nigga.
Niggas is crazy. A lot of people just can't live with the facts.
Yeah, like the crazy shit about the E-Money bags today is this some nigga, I want to say it's Herodes 13. I don't know if what
He
you
might
think
be
you are,
down.
but bro, this nigga has been in the comments for the last 5 days, 4 or 5 days, big mad about this 50 Cent shit. 50 got violated and he ain't do nothing. Black
Oh, he
child violated 50. He
He one of
said
them murder Inc.
Cream
niggas.
violated 50. Yeah. One of them popping ecstasy or whatever. Why it's a whole bunch of freaky shit going on in their ass niggas. Yeah, that nigga.
Running out of hotel rooms with Diddy and shit with towels
Yeah.
on.
So yeah, writing all your songs on ecstasy and shit. You writing all your comments on ecstasy, nigga. But nah, it is crazy because he's sitting here talking about. He said, "Yo," he said, "Preem had 50 in the hospital crying." I said, "When he got shot, nigga." I'm like, boy, I've never been shot, but I'm pretty sure if I go to the hospital with a fucking bullet in my face, I'm gonna cry like a bitch. Like, if I'm even awake, you understand? But I'm for sure gonna cry about this shit. Like, niggas is too tough for me. Oh, so you gonna get shot a bunch of times and you ain't gonna holler, scream, say nothing. Got you. That beat. Then homie say black child violated 50 times. I'm thinking he talking about this new shit with like they trying to say black child was the one that, squeezed off on that boy. Right? This nigga talking about the hit factory shit. The scratch with the butter knife.
Nigga came in
Now,
with a motherfucker. Came there to call parquet. That's what he came there to do.
what's crazy to me about this shit is on the Beef DVD, the first one, when Black Child talks about that incident, he said they ran up in there trying to do some shit. And when they got up in there, they heard niggas from G Unit yelling like, get the strap, get the pistols and shit. Niggas say he cut the light off because he got spooked. He said he knew if one of them niggas got to the hammer, it was going to be over for him. He started swinging the butter knife for dear life, trying to keep them niggas occupied so that they couldn't grab the hammer. So, niggas showed up unprepared and got lucky.
Yeah.
Also, I think what niggas fail to realize, or what this nigga at least failed to realize, is this. All the shit that happened to 50 and all of them was retaliatory. Like, that was the response of them niggas doing shit. Anything. Because if you watch the documentary, nigga, and you want to say that, then you know that 50, Bad, Troy, Green Eye Born, Homo was all on the same side in that shit against Prince. So when Gutter, Ja Rule's manager, got his ass pistol whipped, the unit. When Irv Gotti got his ass smacked the fuck up in that studio, the unit.
When niggas is failing to realize, nigga, they act like they didn't do nothing to Supreme. Nigga, Supreme, this whole shit basically started over Preem owing nigga money for some car or some shit. And
Yeah, so
the nigga
that
got that
was,
Preem look, nigga got that Preem directly. So
yeah, in front of the Coliseum in broad fucking daylight. And then this is the whole thing I'm saying. In doing that, he accidentally killed Black Dust, who is the person who gave Mr. Cheeks his name, was like a mentor to the nigga, right? So now watch this shit. How do you figure that them niggas is just super click tight or whatever when technically there's been a beef between the team? Now, like I said, if they was cool before, but to say that they've always been fam, I'm pretty sure that shit got a little murky, my nigga, especially after 95. And what's crazy is the shit that kind of like with Troy and Bag being close and shit, but the shit that kind of fucked that up was the whole park shoot. But I got some shit coming for y'all on Troy Singleton though, for sure. Rest in peace, Big Nose Troy.
the whole park shooting with Bimmy. decided to eat the cheese.
Yeah, and then with the Jimmy Henchman shit, it's like, man, there's shout out Crown TV Courts and shit like that. They got the whole video on the Jimmy Henchman trial. And you'll hear all of the niggas testifying about all the back and forth shit that G Unit with niggas were doing to them and that they were doing back. So this shit was definitely a game of tennis, nigga. The niggas who be talking like that just make me think like, yo, if you ain't been in the streets, cool. You understand? But like, and then if you have, then shit, nigga, you definitely wasn't warring with niggas. You probably just out here breaking in the fucking houses, stealing flat screens so you can get high or some shit. Goofy ass boy. Cause you damn sure ain't on shit to be in there. Nigga, they can't even hold a nigga without charges in the county jail for as long as you've been in their comments or whatever and shit just stinking mad about 50 Cent. But then I'm the fucking like, you don't even get paid to do this shit, nigga. This shit is wild, boy. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to tell y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'ma actually give y'all the spill on on the Freaky Tie situation. You know what I'm saying? And let y'all know what that shit was really about in that whole robbery. But that's our play on, what really happened at the Sunrise Cinema. Was it the Young Guns or the Lost Boys? Actually, well, you know what? You might be able to do some research on it because they saying that night, whoever that was involved in that shooting shit, they saying it was some East New York niggas.
Mm.
Now I don't know, bro. This shit kind of crazy. Like I would just think, like, damn, why would the East New York niggas go all the way the fuck out to the Sunrise Cinema in Long Island to whatever? I
Nah,
don't know.
you know that ain't really that far. Like
Yeah,
Queens
I
is
just
right
thought
there.
about it. Yeah, because I just thought about that shit. You take
Like
Rockaway, like, yeah, because we were
shit,
just
you
talking
ain't
about
even
that shit earlier. Like once you take that, especially if
shit,
you
you
come
ain't
up like the junction and shit.
shit, you ain't
You
even
know,
really
right
got
there.
to do that. Like nigga, if you on the borderline, once you cross the car and do it and get on Liberty City Line, you in Queens.
Yeah,
And once you take City Line straight down, that's straight to Jamaica Avenue.
yeah, yeah. That's a fact. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah, but yeah, man, that's what's going on with that. Like I said, we're gonna it's our spill on the Sunrise Cinema joint. Young Guns versus LB. My perspective. Y'all can jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. The Mafia Material Mobcast, man, episode 78. Yeah, check on okay. We're gonna run this shit and we'll be right back after this.